Welcome to East Coast LQ Reviews. Today I got another beer review. This is another beer by Grey Sail. It's their Wheelhouse series or Creative Ale series. This is their Kegnog. Can art's pretty cool. It's got Santa Claus and some pirates drinking some beer out of a keg. On the side of it, it says Milkshake IPA. So India Pale Ale with vanilla extract and Amarillo hops. It says limited release. So I got Beer Advocate pulled up here. So there's no score on Beer Advocate at this time. So score is NA. Styles New England IPA. That's what they call it on Beer Advocate. But like I said, they're calling it a Milkshake IPA. Actually, I believe is the first Milkshake IPA on the channel. And I'm gonna go by the ABV on the can because the ABV on Beer Advocate's a little different. Alcohol by volume is 6.5% ABV, or alcohol by volume. And it's by Grey Sail Brewing of Rhode Island, out of Rhode Island, United States. Yeah, I'm going to crack this open, go over the color with you guys. Got my double glass I'm going to pour this beer into. So, color of the beer. Nice hazy golden color. Sort of a foamy white head. Didn't produce much of a head. Looks like it's sticking around for a while. Leaves a nice lacing on the glass. But let's go for the aroma. On the aroma, getting that vanilla. Actually getting a lot of citrus, so I'm getting some like orange peel, some bready malt. I'm actually getting some of those spices too, so I'm getting a little bit of like nutmeg and maybe some other spices. It smells very different compared to your regular IPA. But yeah, for the most part, you really get the vanilla and the citrus. And it's just like a slight hint of pine. You really don't get much hops on the aroma, but you definitely get it in the background. It's not overpowering, but I actually like the amount of hops I'm getting on this aroma. The aroma. Like I said, it actually smells very different, but let's go for the taste. This is pretty good. Up front, you get those like citrusy, like orange peel. It's a bit bready. It actually finishes really creamy. You don't get much hops at all. So light hops, like a nice light pine resin on the finish. But overall, the vanilla kind of takes over the finish, and you're left with that creamy vanilla. It's almost kind of like ice cream. So like I said, it's very citrusy, and you get a lot of that vanilla. A little bit of pine, some like doughy malts, so like some bready malts. A little bit of nutmeg on the palate as well. This is actually very good. Like I said, I really haven't had too many milkshake IPAs, and this is really different. I'm actually really enjoying this one. The vanilla definitely smooths out the beer, and it definitely covers up a lot of that hoppy bitterness. So it actually is pretty crushable. Mouthfeel, I'd say, is about medium. It's definitely not as crushable as other IPAs. Because like I said, you kind of get more of like that creamier vanilla finish. But it's actually very good. Carbonation, I'd say, is about medium to high. It's not extremely sweet, but it is a little sweet. So for Cyclops scale, I'd say 2.5 out of 5 sugar cubes. Excuse me, and like 1.5 out of 5 hop cones. It's like I said, that vanilla definitely covers up that those hops, that pine resin finish. It's very good in my opinion. I actually really enjoy this one. It definitely has sort of a eggnog flavor going for it. So it definitely tastes like eggnog a little bit, but it's definitely not as thick as eggnog is. But I can see eggnog in the flavor. Like I said, you get that nutmeg a little bit. Price. Price is gonna cost you around. I believe this 6-pack was like $10.50 for the 6-pack, which is a decent price for a milkshake IPA. It's definitely a unique beer. Like I said, I really haven't had any other milkshake IPAs. I've heard of a lot of like orange creamsicle IPAs, but I've never been able to try one. And this is kind of like that because like I said, you get that orange peel and you get that like creamy vanilla. It's kind of like ice cream. But for something that is like eggnog tasting, this is a lot more crushable than you might imagine. I know some people thinking like, oh, milkshake IPA, that's gonna be way too filling, and I probably won't like that. But I definitely think the flavors blend very well together. That fruity aspect with the vanilla works very well. Like I said, it does a good job covering up those hops, but it still gives you a nice hoppy finish. So you're still getting a little bit of that pine resin on the finish, but like I said, you don't get as much. So for a rating, I really like this one. It's very unique. The only downfall is the availability. It says limited release, so you probably only be able to get this towards like the winter time. So I'm guessing around Christmas time is when they usually release this. But for a rating, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. I'm a big fan of this beer, and I'm definitely going to try to find some other milkshake IPAs and review them on the channel and see how they compare to this one, maybe even. I'm going to recommend it as well. I know the distribution of Grey Sail doesn't go as far. That's probably why Beer Advocate hasn't been able to review it or give it a score. Because I'm not sure how far they distribute their beers. And it might be something you can only get in like Rhode Island, Connecticut, Mass. But I'm going to recommend it to you if you can find it. I'm definitely going to recommend picking up a 6-pack because, like I said, this is pretty drinkable. But yeah, it's definitely very unique, like I said. And yeah, if there's any other beers that you guys would like to see on my channel, definitely leave a comment down below. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos. Liquor and Beer. Thanks for watching. Cheers. Merry Christmas from East Coast LQ Reviews.